Welcome to Mr. Woods' Wonderful World of Art. I'm Mr. Woods, and today I'm going to show you how to paint with one of these, a cotton swab, aka Q-tip, in this episode of
You can make art with that?
Remember, we're looking for a new cotton swab, not a used one, and we're going to make dots to create leaves, and we're going to call it Pointillism. So now, let's begin. Pointillism is a technique of painting in which small dots of color are applied in patterns to form an image. Artists George Seurat and Paul Signac developed this technique in 1886, branching from Impressionism. And this painting by George Seurat can be seen at the Chicago Institute of Art, and it's titled A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte. Remember, Seurat rhymes with dot when you're thinking of pointillism. Okay, I'm going to get started with just a paintbrush, watercolors, and I'm going to saturate, starting with the yellow because it's my lightest, the pan to get the color kind of loosened up and ready to flow. And after it's, fairly watered down, then I'm going to use my cotton swab, gently dip it into the water, and pick up the yellow. And as you can see, I'm going around kind of in a little circular motion, trying to keep the head of the cotton swab, still formed into the little ball. That way, when I place it down, I'm ending up with these little dots right here. And this is what I call pointillism. So now I'm putting my little dots on the ends of all the tree limbs, just a little dot at a time, just dot, 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 and just have fun. Now, rule of thumb is do not put any dots of color in the middle of the paper. I know you want to have some leaves that seem like they're falling from the tree, but if you do, your paper itself is just going to seem like it's full of dots. Just try to stay at the top of the tree, and then also I'm going to place some at the base of the tree as well for the grassy area. But just again, just a little dot here, a little dot there. And remember, less is more as well. You don't have to fill it completely up with yellow because we're going to switch to some different colors. Now you have the choice. Do I want to use the warm colors, red, yellow, and orange for my tree? Do I want to use cool colors, greens, blues, and violets? Or do I want to use the entire pan? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the light colors first and gradually build up to the darker color. That way my colors don't end up, getting kind of mixed together or muted. I'm going to use brown at the very end, but I don't want the entire thing to look brown. And now when I switch to my orange here in just a second, I'm going to only place the orange kind of in between my yellows. I know some of them will overlap or layer, but I don't want to cover all of my yellow to begin with. So I'm going to try to get into the little different sections, and you'll be able to see that. Now my cotton swab is starting to flatten out here, and I can continue to use it, but when the cotton fibers start to split apart and it starts to just fall apart, switch to the other end or just use a totally new cotton swab. Just have plenty on hand. And right here I'm just switching to orange. I've already used yellow, so it'll start out kind of a yellow-orange and gradually get darker, but it's not really going to matter because I'm going to overlap it later with some red, then some green, and then some brown. The big thing is be creative, have fun, stay at the tops of your trees on the branches, and also on the ground. Don't let any of them look like they're falling off, so we're not completely filling the paper. Remember, less is more for each color. And I can't wait to see your projects when they're done. So take an awesome picture of it and upload it onto my Facebook page. Here's my finished art piece. I'm so excited the way it looks. I used 2 cotton swabs, and I tried to use only the orange on one end and green on the other, because if they mix together they will produce brown, even though I used brown, but I didn't want everything to be neutralized. I had fun just putting my dots, filling in the spaces, kept from having any of them looking like they're falling. I put them on the base as well, around the bottom of the tree with a slight curve. And I'm going to finalize this project by signing my name. Hey, my friends and followers, it's so cool that you decided to join me right here at Mr. Woods' Wonderful World of Art for another edition of
You can make art with that?
And remember, I'm showing you how to create art using non-traditional objects and different medias, and we're just having fun. That's what it's all about. So remember, if anyone can do it, it's you.